All right, what's up, YouTube? We're back. What a killer stream it was yesterday. Killer stream yesterday. We're going to have a killer stream today. We were able to smash those trades. Smash those trades. And we're going to go back over that again. We are absolutely going to go back over that again. Again, thank you guys for joining me last night. Thank you for joining me today. We're about to get it. We got some solid price action. We actually have some killer ranges that we were able to trade. Excellent example. Last night, we were scalping this entire range for Polkadot. All right, this entire range for Polkadot. We came down. Sheesh, man. We ended up just absolutely killing this pump. We ended up taking this long again. Now, we're currently sitting at that... This is Bitcoin. Hold on. Let's go over here to Polkadot. Give me just a second here. I'm tripping. Here we go. Last night we ended up taking... There we go. There we go. There we go. We ended up taking the long here. Again, top of the range. Came back down. Dipped. Tried to take a little liquidity grab. The Cranksters Coliseum did end up taking that long. We have some members that are currently sitting inside of this long on Polkadot. Right back up to the top. Now it's game time. We need to see if is it time to short? Is it time to short? We're going to find out. Same thing with Bitcoin here. Bitcoin, just like I was explaining to you guys last night, these ranges will make you rich. There is so much price action within these ranges that everybody should be playing this. You should be scalping this area anyways while you're waiting for your longer swing trades, but these range trades, all right? Every single time Bitcoin comes anywhere up to this, came right down, hit the top, we're at the top. Bitcoin rolls over, I'd say what? Short time, right back down to the bottom of the range. Right back down to the bottom of the range. So let's see if we should be taking that short right now. And then we'll just go straight into some Bitcoin TA. See what Market Cypher's showing us. Yeah, I'm inside of this short already, guys. I got in this short already. We're seeing if it was a good time for you guys to take it. And it did look like Ethereum had another nice pump. Another nice pump, man. Man, everything is just... You know, that's today's thumbnail. Today's thumbnail is don't hold back, don't turn back. If we're going to hold this bullish mentality and we're going to hold this bullish structure and it's game on, it's buy the dip time. It's time to sink into some of these trades and get ready to rip. Real quick for the Cranksters Coliseum and the Cranksters, I do have the meeting today for our partnership with ZoomX. We're going to have all of that completely dialed in. You guys are going to be starting off on those fees, those tier 4 fees, just like me. What does that mean to you? You don't have to trade $100 million worth of volume in order to get that tier 4 fee structure. It's going to be strictly underneath me. It's only for the Coliseum. All right? The Coliseum provides real volume, real liquidity because we're real traders to the exchange. And so I worked out a deal for us to where, as a team, we're able to go in and right off of the bat, without proving shit, get those fees for us. So again, definitely, if you guys are inside of the Coliseum with me, shout out to you guys because you guys are the ones that were able to provide that for us as a team. So absolutely killer. We're also going to be running the campaign. Yep. Way to go, Steven. I'm inside of that dot trade too. We're also going to be running the campaign. You are going to be getting a 1-to-1 match on your deposits up to $100,000. So some of you guys, again, doesn't matter what you're trading with. I explained that last night. We made a $40 trade with $160, guys. It can be done. I'm showing you how to do it. But we are going to be getting a 1-to-1 match. A 1-to-1 match with ZoomX. All right? And that's going to be for 30 days. So I would encourage the Cranksters in the Coliseum to be dialed in for 30 days when we start the campaign, because this is a good opportunity, great opportunity to continue my 30K to $1 million challenge on this account, and for you guys to take your $1,000 and turn it into $2,000 or $10,000 or $5,000, whatever you guys are going to do with the discipline that I teach, the style and the methods. So it's a great opportunity for us to knock this exchange out of the park, and then we'll start our new campaign. Then we get to negotiate a new campaign. But we'll take it step by step here. So I am inside of the Polkadot short. All right. Why do we take these shorts? Because, again, what did I explain last night? We're not breakout traders. We are not breakout traders. Every breakout trader gets fucked, and I'll show you why. Oh, my gosh, we're bullish, wrecked. We're bullish. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not again. All right? Same thing whenever we're looking at our altcoin and we're trading. Come on, load up here. Same thing here. Look, we were patient on this short because she broke out of that structure. She's bullish. No, she's not. No, she's not. Do not be a breakout trader. If I could teach anything for today's lesson is 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually, she's going to come up and break out of the structure. Eventually. But that would mean that you would be 4 for 1 on your trades. You were 4 times right, 1 time wrong, and you actually got the stopped out because it decided to actually be bullish and have a real breakout, a violent breakout. So again, we are inside of the Polkadot short right now. I'm up 300. Let's see here. Let's look at the exchange. And I did take that the long last night as a team. We were inside of that Polkadot trade. All right. And I can show you guys here. Let's go back to it. Position history. I woke up this morning. Actually, I was up because I knew I was inside of that position. If I'm inside of some of these positions, my phone's next to me in bed, I just roll over, man, and I just look at my fucking phone and say, damn, what are we doing? Did I get stopped out? Hell no, didn't get stopped out. We made another $1,000, $1,084. The Coliseum has seen me almost every single day wake up on these set and forget trades on this Polkadot, and we're printing anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000, and we're just posting the P&Ls. So again, we do got 1,084. We woke up on that. Took that trade, like I told you, 424. 425, actually. We closed it there at the 432. We are now inside of the short from the 432. And we're currently up $300. If this thing rolls over, this would be killer. But we got to watch Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin and check out this chart. But again, shout out to the Cranksters. Shout out to the Coliseum last night. Big things are happening for us. And again, our trading group, guys, we're not, we're throwing out real volume, real liquidity for these exchanges. They're going to love us. They're going to absolutely love us. So I'm excited. I think the crew is excited too, because we're not going to have any KYC, none of that stuff. You start off on a tier 4 fee structure right off of the banger. Exciting, very exciting. So let's see here if we're going to end up holding this short or if we're going to close it up. I think we're going to hold it. I think this is coming down. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's look at some market cipher real quick here. Momentum is a little bit weaker than when we came up on this first one. RSI's pointed down, VWAP's pointed down. This is all on a 25-minute here. Just getting started on the 20. RSI's again, VWAP's coming down. This is good. I think she's going to come down. We came down here, popped up to the top of the range. And again, anytime we have these big ranges like this will make you rich. This is how I've made so much money in these ranges. This is what you want. You don't want just straight up. You don't want this shit. You want ranges established, because then we can long, we can short. And I've already shown you guys on multiple different assets that we get 3, 4, 5 opportunities for these trades. I would rather take 3, 4, 5 opportunities on these trades than a big slingshot, up or down. Because when we play the probabilities from the highs or the lows, from support or resistance, remember I was talking that we got to hit our singles. You just hit your singles, you hit your singles. And then eventually you take that short from the top. You took your single, you'll know when it breaks structure. Boom, you got a home run. You turned a single to a double to a home run. And now it's no different here. Whenever you're trading inside of these, let's go out here to a 1 hour and I'll show you guys as well. It's no different when you're trading these ranges like this. These are still good ranges here. Again, when you're looking at Bitcoin, this price action is between 105 and 106. That's almost a half to a 1% move. Again, you're playing these ranges even on Polkadot. Let's go here to Polkadot. When you're playing these ranges, all right, same thing here. Look at this, almost identical. When you're playing these ranges, you're hitting your singles. You're hitting your singles. You take that long. When it actually breaks out, now this is a good example here of a breakout retest. Now we're talking. If you want to be a breakout trader, breakout retest, bolt out. All right. But again, that's how you end up hitting those home runs, is because you're sitting in that position, sweet. Or if it breaks down. All right. Same thing right here. This is a good range. We play these ranges. And look, take the short like you were doing the other 2 times here. Breakdown, baby, and you got yourself a home run. But the name of the game is to just get your singles, get your doubles, lock it in, and eventually, I'm telling you, when you're staying in the game like this with consistency, you are going to end up hitting those home runs. You do it all the time, man, especially with the consistency inside of these ranges. All right. Now, let's look at Bitcoin real quick one more time, because I want to see, let's go out to the daily and see how we're looking. Man, no momentum. We had these nice big choppy momentum waves, tight RSIs. We're still heavy in the green. Heavy in the green. And Bitcoin is stuck inside of this little range that we've been talking about up at the top. We need to see if she does pull back. 104s again, just to maintain this big. This could also be a big range for Bitcoin, guys. So remember at the beginning of these big rallies, we had these amazing flags. It was almost too perfect. Let's really clean this up. We had these awesome flags, almost too perfect. And then we had our first flag breakdown structure. Where did we stop? We ended up stopping right here on this previous wick. Now what we're almost looking at is a big sideways accumulation range. Technically we can be inside of this massive range like this. All right. This could actually be an option for us, that Bitcoin might just be floating around inside of this sideways range, almost like it did right here. This can absolutely happen just like that. All right? You can see here. And now, this isn't just as perfect as these flags here. You could see, you know, kind of came up, flagged, popped up, flagged, came up, no flag. But we kind of created our first all-time high, and then we range traded inside of this area. I could absolutely see Bitcoin doing the same thing. If she even breaks down back down to 100K, I mean, man, this is a 10% range. And if we look over here, this is a 10 to 13% range, and then right back up. I can absolutely see Bitcoin doing the same thing in this 10% sideways action before we start looking up. Now, this might be the initiation towards alt season. You guys kind of want Bitcoin to cool off, all right? Cool off for a little bit, sideways trade and accumulate, and that's when alt season's going to happen. This is when these alts get an opportunity to really shine, just bolt out of some of these ranges. Prime example here, we could look here at Polkadot. Again, everything's coiling up right now. Everything is coiling up. This is Polkadot. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum is trying. Ethereum is barely at the top of this resistance right here. We get to get rid of this fib now. But I do think that if Bitcoin does sideways trade like this and just kind of relaxes, then I think, man, we're going to see just a killer. Every one of these alts with their patterns and their structures, they look monstrous. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this range right here, man. This is just insane on XRP. XRP is ready to fucking roll. This bad boy is ready to roll. Even if we pull this down to more touches, like here, this area, this right here, even this trade, if she decides to break out right here, is a 10, 12%. I mean, every altcoin that I'm looking at right now is ready to have just a killer move. So our job is just to be prepared for that. Get ready to take our singles down at the bottom of the ranges. And eventually, I'm telling you, you're going to end up hitting that home run. You're going to see a real violent breakout. But right now, Bitcoin is still coming up to that resistance. All right? She's having a hard time. We've been playing around inside of this range. These are daily candles. But if we go to like a 2-hour, this is that range that I've been talking about right here. Even this. These are 2-hour candles here. And this is the range that we were taking all of our altcoin trades in. But even just this little range. We got to see. You'll know actually if Bitcoin's coming down to this to the bottom of the range, especially if we break this structure right here. If we do break this structure, then absolutely be prepared to come down to the bottom of the range. In the meantime, let's see what kind of trades we can whoop up while I'm going to be live here. Yeah, Bitcoin's just been trying to hold even this right here. Look at these nasty little wicks right here. Trying to get everybody to short and then pops up to the top of the range. It's holding it right here. We got to see if these guys are going to end up holding this range or if they ended up taking us down to the bottom. And if you're not going to use my style and counter trade your altcoins to Bitcoin, you could just trade Bitcoin. Just wait for the established range. All right, just wait for the established range. I took a nice big, when we came up to this right here, I took that short in this range, right at the top of this right here. And it ended up playing out sweet. I think that was let's look at it real quick. I think that was a $1,600 trade. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you guys. We could see here, took that trade at 110, 228. Got out at 109. It was $1,600 bucks, 1,582. It was higher. It was actually 1,780. But those fees, boy, those Bitcoin fees, getting in with large positions. We're up 263 on the trade right now. And again, at some point, she is going to break. She's going to end up ripping. And I don't think we're going to have a breakdown. I think we're going to have a breakout just based off of all, again, just how everything looks right now. But I'll ride this short out down here. If this thing comes down, we can make ourselves a quick little whopper. A little $400 or $500. Let me just go ahead and write this real quick. And if you're not in a trade yet, and you're not in from a short from the top, then it's almost, you gotta wait. You gotta be patient. Remember, wait for that price action to come to you. Wait for that price action to come to you. Let's look at a couple more different assets here. Man, I really want this Ethereum trade. But again, the only way I'm going to trade this Ethereum trade now is if we kind of have a back test of this. Because we're already breaking out. I want to see just a back test back here towards 27s, 26. And let's see here. And that's if Bitcoin makes it back down to that 108. You know what I mean? They've got a good probability that if Bitcoin just cools off and actually comes back down, then we might get this pullback. Let's see where that's going to take us. If we go from here to here, that's 25. I don't know if we're going to hit 25. But if we do, yeah, that's a 10% pullback on ETH. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. So let me just go from the breakout right here, from this to this. This would be more probable, 2600s. I don't like pulling fibs just on single candles like that, you know what I mean? Just because we're playing in a daily range, I want to see everything all around, the whole picture. There we go, we're up $400 on the trade. That dot trade is playing out on the short. Let's just go here to a 2 hour, get a little bit more clarity here. Yeah, it's 2400. That would be it. If we did end up pulling this fib here. Give me just a second here. I'm pulling up ETH for us. Yeah, so on ETH again, guys, on the daily, I want to break out and retest. We are breaking out, but I'm not going to take this trade up here. No freaking shot. I'll wait for the retest of the breakout. All right, breakout, retest, let's roll. I'll take that trade. Too late because, again, I didn't take it from the bottoms. I didn't take it from any in this area, the point of control, which is right here. Pull this volume out. Yeah, point of control was right here in the center of this bad boy at 54.40. 54.40. So again, I want the ETH trade after we break out, retest, roll out. That's what I gotta wait for now. So I gotta have be prepared that if Bitcoin does end up pulling back, where can ETH pull back to? All right, ETH looks beautiful. This thing's gonna run it, man. This thing looks good. Let's go ahead and pull a fib from here to here. If we get anywhere back inside of this point of control of 2540s, 2560s, anywhere inside of this, I would say game on, guys. Get ready. If it even, I don't know if we're even going to get that low. But if we do, sheesh, that's the trade. ETH is just rolling out, isn't it? Is Bitcoin popping up? I see my Polkadot trade, man. We're giving it back. Yeah, they've been trying to hold this area, huh? And this looks a little too perfect on Ethereum too, huh? This sucker's probably ready to go. Jeez, yeah, ETH is. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I don't know if we're gonna get that pullback. This sucker's just been bullish as shit. Let's try to find something that actually, before we do that, let's go to Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, guys, this is prime time right here. If Bitcoin dominance breaks 63.5, if it breaks this little structure, I haven't moved this line. If we break this, there is a high probability. If we break this area right here, we have a high probability coming right down to 62. And if we break 62, I'm going to tell you that this is the breakout retest. We break 62, welcome alt season with open arms, baby, because then this thing can just take a serious shit. This thing can just roll over. It's all looking real good. It's all looking very promising. But in day trading, it can look very promising, and then all of a sudden we get a magical tweet or something crazy, or some shit happens, man, and it's game off. I still think that if we do hold any of this, then 70% completely on the cards. We go out here to the daily. 70% was my target up here. Kind of drew this out. And let's go to ETH BTC. I want to see what ETH BTC is looking like. Ay, guys, look at that. Remember I was talking about that BNB pattern? This looked identical to BNB. Look at that. This is crazy, man. This is looking just too good. If we break this right here, guys, you're going to see some of these alts rip. I mean, Polkadot's got a target of 520s, which is a massive target. Ethereum of 3100s. You're going to end up seeing the Ondos right back up at 117s. Ondo likes 117s, 120s. Solana back at 216. Solana looks good. We're just getting started here, man. This looks way too good. Man, get your head all jumbled up while you're looking at some of this stuff with excitement. Again, today's thumbnail was strictly based off of, let's just show you. Don't hold back, don't turn back. If we're gonna hold this this market structure like this, then it's any pullbacks. You gotta buy the dip. Keep a tight stop loss. Play it out. Now, yesterday I was saying that I wanted to take the Solana trade because I do think that Solana, it's much easier for Sol to get to 250, 260 bucks than Ethereum getting up to $4,000. I think that Solana can do it very, 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 very easy. So when I'm looking at this, want to see something else. Even from here to here, what is this? See, that's even a 10% move right there just to get to the top of this. These are fat trades, guys, with a little bit of leverage. Just a little bit of leverage. Some of these trades are going to be juicy. I'm just trying to get prepared and show you guys that if we do end up having a pullback and Bitcoin breaks down, Bitcoin comes back down to the side of this range that I'm talking about, just right in here. This is locally, or the big one all the way back down here to 100K, guys. If any of these scenarios play out, it's going to end up giving us just the last chance to get inside of some of these altcoins. And right now, We just want to stick to the local time frames. I mean, the smaller time frames. Like a 30-minute, a 1 hour, because any of these, man, you can have just one good dip down here, and that might be our opportunity to get in. Solana, so 164s. Just one little dip down into here. Especially if Bitcoin just makes its way right back down to 108.5s. Just, again, just sideways trading. You can take that trade. I've been looking at Jupiter. I like trading Jupy, baby. If you're going to trade Solana, you better trade Jupiter. It goes hand in hand. Yeah, this looks just too good right here, man. Jupiter's getting ready to fucking rip. Yeah, I like Jupiter. I might have to take this trade. If she comes back down anywhere into this, she's doing the same thing. Probability states that we're way more bullish than we are bearish. So again, that just kind of sticks to today's thumbnail. Buy that dip. Now, keep a tight stop loss. I'm not saying set and forget, man. Not protect yourself. I'm not saying to overly let them breathe either on those trades. Don't overly let those trades breathe where you're sitting inside of some losses hoping that we get that market structure back if things don't go our way. But I do like this. You know, I like this a lot on Jupiter. I like this a lot. And Jupe's got massive moves in her. Just from here to here, 30%. Just to get back to 64 cents. This can happen easily. We were just here in March. We were just here in... we were just here in May. We can get right back up to 65 cents easily. Easily in a single day we could do this. So we got to keep an eye on Jupiter. Absolutely keep an eye out on Jupiter. AVAX. This is beautiful. I like me some AVAX as well. And again, guys, today we're preparing for any dips. If Bitcoin hits the bottom of its range, we're just preparing for this. All right, so... Gosh, almost everything's ready just to trumpet. The pullbacks for the last couple days, man, but I've been scalping. I've been too focused on building up the Coliseum, working out our deals, that some of these have just kind of escaped me. You know? Look at this. Resistance, 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 breakout, retest. Resistance. Came down to the golden pocket, bounced. Breakout, retest. She's ready to roll, man. And AVAX loves 30 bucks. AVAX loves touching 30. It's almost like Ondo at 115, 117. That's just its magic number that it gets pulled up to, but 30 bucks, man. 26 is right here. 30's all up in this. AVAX was just too pretty. From the low to our high right here in May, came right down to the golden pocket, bounced. Jeez, man, this is just too beautiful for AVAX. Yeah, we got targets right now for AVAX. Next resistance is going to be right up here at the golden pocket at 23, and then right up to 25. But I think we get sucked right up into the 786, right up in here. You guys can see on AVAX that we have just this downtrend. We're at it. Remember I told you eventually she breaks out? You end up getting targets at 23s, 25s. So on this range right here, if we get back to 2159s, in this range right there, I would say 2150s, that would be the, again, back down to that support. Let's go back to a closer time frame so you guys can see that. Right here. $20 would just be perfect, but I don't know if we're gonna get down to $20 with the structures that we have right now, with ETH being ready just to go for the moon. I think we might even break out today or tomorrow. I mean, guys, if we get these pullbacks at any time, we need to be prepared. I'm even looking at my dot trade, wondering if I should just flip the script real quick. I just hate. I'm not a breakout trader. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather get stopped out and reassess, reevaluate. I'm going to hold my short. I'm sticking to my guns. Sticking to my guns. Sticking to my guns. Oh, what's up, Joshua? Jake, shout out to Discover Crypto. Shout out to all of those guys, man, at Discover Crypto. They've been awesome. I've been part of their channel for ever since the old crazy Ben Armstrong days. That's who originally made me a mod for that channel back in 2017, 2018. Long time ago. So shout out to Discover Crypto, TJ, Josh, DZ. Those dudes are putting in some serious work every single day, bringing you all of your crypto news. They're building some cool stuff, man. Good dudes. Again, guys, all of these, we are so primed right now. We are so primed right now for these breakouts. Probability states we're ready to go to the moon, but I'm not a breakout trader. So now that we're getting very down to the nitty gritty, if we come anywhere close to these bottoms on these local ranges, you got to take the trades. Probability states that you got a higher probability right now of hitting those home runs that I'm talking about than hitting those singles. That shouldn't be the goal. Don't be swinging on everything full tilt. And I'm just saying, probability states we have this is Polkadot. Anywhere back down here into this 422 again, like this morning, it can happen fast. You hold that, and then your probability states, you might hit that home run. I'm taking the short right now on Bitcoin. Same thing. If Bitcoin comes anywhere near this 1085s, you got to play this range as well for the longs. If we go out to a longer time frame, if she comes down anywhere near towards that 100K again, and if I end up being correct that Bitcoin's just inside of a huge sideways range, now that we have a different market structure, again, we've had these beautiful flags. Flag, breakout, flag, breakout, flag, breakout. Our flag, this wasn't even a flag. We just broke down. Right back down, did a quick little liquidity grab. Now we can be inside of this massive range right now. And this could stay out here for the rest of the summer. All right, we could do that. We can't count that out. Again, I would say that if Bitcoin does end up range trading like this, I think this is where you're going to see your alt season for the summer for the next 2 months. I think this is where the magic's going to happen for your altcoins. And what I mean by that is as Bitcoin dominance comes down, all right, USDT price comes down and then it bounces, you're going to get a higher push on your alts just from the alts being synced up with Bitcoin. So this is almost prime time. This is almost what you want to see. Just like I was telling you guys about the Bitcoin offloading. All right, look at that. We're still coming down. Remember, I told the whole world you do not want to see more and more bullish news if you're in alt season for your alts. You know, as long as Bitcoin's ripping, your alts are gonna they're gonna be hurting. But now we're starting to see the Bitcoin offloading, meaning that these whales are starting to offload their Bitcoin in some of the largest trading pairs like ETH BTC. Look at that. When ETH BTC goes up, that means that Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Bitcoin dominance coming down means that they are selling their Bitcoin. selling their Bitcoin. They're doing swaps from BTC to ETH. We go over here and we go to Sol BTC. Bet you we see the same thing. Here we go. Same thing, ready for a breakout on Solana. This is perfect. Look at this. This is Sol BTC. Wouldn't be surprised after what we just saw. Same thing like almost the whole market. Little flag right here. We're ready to go out. Do the same thing. Sol BTC looks the same way. Let's look at something a little smaller. ADA BTC. Another breakout. Everything looks prime time, baby. We're at current resistance right now for Cardano. Right up in here. Rejection, rejection. We came up again. Rejection. When she breaks this, next stop, right up here. Everything is prime time right now. So if you are an altcoin holder, you are wanting these whales to offload their Bitcoin. Tell those fuckers to sell it if you want an alt season. All right. Tell them that you want it. Let's see here. Where is this at here? There you go. We want alt season. You guys want alt season, right? There's not a lot of traders out there. All right. We don't care if it's going up, down, sideways, massive dips. But if you're holding altcoins and you're a bag holder, that's what you want. You want those whales just to dust that shit. XRP BTC. Yeah. XRP BTC looks amazing. Higher lows right here, here. We're ready to rock, man. I think this is getting ready to fucking bolt up as well, man. And you can see there's two coins. There's XRP and Ethereum. When it rips, it fucking rips. Look at... Oops, give me just a second, guys. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta take this call real quick, all right? This is for the Coliseum. This is for our exchange. So give me just a minute. Oh, okay, hold on. So I don't have to do it right now. Again, guys, we're going to go over some more of these BTC pairs. Let's go over some more of these BTC pairs because, again, this is exactly what you guys are asking for. This is exactly what you guys are asking for. XRP looks like she's ready to just cook. Absolutely cook. Let's go back to ETH BTC. She's already getting ready to break out. And to be honest with you guys, let's look at something else because I do see the Polkadot trade right now. If this thing pops, then Polkadot's going to end up cooking. So I might just close that out right now. I might just close this Polkadot short out, guys, even though we're at the top right now. Like I was explaining, I'm not a breakout trader, but probability states at some point we're gonna end up cooking out of these ranges. All right, we are gonna end up cooking out of these ranges, just like it did here. Hold it for just a couple more minutes. If I get stopped out, no big deal. Another very strong coin. BNB's heading right up to 730. All right, BNB's gonna head up right at like 730. Right up to the top of this. 700s. 700s is right up here. And again, I am looking at I want the Solana trade, guys. I think I want the Solana trade before I take the Ethereum trade. So when we get onto this new exchange, guys, and we're playing with that big boy money, just like you guys saw my ETH trade back in November, December. I think we had, what was it, 700-800 grand on the books. We were up almost $60,000-$70,000 in profit. We closed that trade out. I think I want the Solana trade more than I want the Ethereum trade. And the only reason being is when I start comparing these two here. Let's go out to a daily here on this. Man, I just want to do a little moon math real quick here, just from where we're at. I mean, that's a 10% move. I think I think we're only going up to 3,100. I guess it's the same. It's a 10% move. Now, when we're going out to like a 3-day or a weekly, I do think that it's much easier for Solana. I mean, from here to here is a 40% move up to 4,000. I think Solana can touch that 260s much easier. Like this can just, I mean, right up to 260s. That's a 58% move. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at is the larger move when I get into some of these set and forgets on these long swing trades. So again, in November, December, I was inside of that swing trade for almost a month and a half while Ethereum climbed from 2,600 to 4 grand. It took a month and a half for us to get there. So if you are going to be swing trading, you guys need to be prepared to sit in those trades. Sit in those trades. Now, along the way up, we are going to have pit stops. And this is where you're also going to be able to make some money. I would have 2 exchanges, so that way you can get in on these scalps. Here's an example. Whenever we were trading after these big run-ups, there's always an accumulation phase. After big run-ups, you have these big accumulation phases. All right? Big accumulation phases after you have these breakouts. This is where big money can be made. Sheesh, man. I remember, let's see here. This was in December, the first week of December. We made almost $100,000 that month because we were taking these. I think my entire crew remembers. We were 3,300s right here, all the way up to 3,440. I think some of my members like Shane, let's see here, Razor. Some of you guys remember these trades right here, man. We were just slaughtering these trades. This was these ranges right here. We made almost 100 G's in this range, made almost 50 G's in this range. Again, I'm expecting the same thing to happen here. When she decides just to blast past this resistance, we get up into our next resistance, probably going to be right around here. 3150s, 3100s. If we start range trading again in this area, we are absolutely going to be taking these trades again and being prepared. Just like how we've been doing here. Same thing with Polkadot, XRP, Jupiter. We got some serious game plans, and now everybody just needs to pay attention the next, really within this month. Really within this month, everybody just needs to be paying attention. Let's look again here. We got Sol BTC. Sol BTC is ready to cook. Same thing. Next target for Sol, it's going to be right up here at 0016294 Satoshis. Right up in here is going to be our next resistance. And actually, if we just pull the fib from this high to this low right here, it lines up exactly as a golden pocket, exactly where I just put that line, guys. You'd be surprised on certain resistances, just off of playing off of support and resistances, that fibs are going to line up exactly where I'm putting them without even having to pull a fib. Lots of confluence right there, right up at the top. That's our next resistance right there for Sol BTC. Boom. And then we're coming up to the high of this. And then from there, we're gonna start getting into the fun stuff where Sol's ripping at that 260. Up in here, up in here. Exciting, exciting stuff. Looking at this polka dot trade that we're in right now. And then before I get off, guys, because I got to take this phone call with our exchange. Is there any other coins you guys want to look at? I'm going to be scalping throughout the whole day. I'm going to probably just hold this polka dot trade until I get stopped out. We were up almost $400 or $500 on the trade. We'll see if this actually wants to break out or if she just rolls over. Let's flip this real quick. 432.5. So I did close out my polka dot trade. I'm looking at this right now, guys. I want to see if this is getting ready to actually break out or not. And if she does, then maybe I'll take the short a little bit higher. I can tell you right now that if Bitcoin, because it's just been holding this range since it's been holding this range for 3.5 hours, we got a good shot of this thing just popping right back up to the top of the range, which means that Polkadot, if you're inside of this short, if this thing does end up popping right now, then Polkadot's absolutely going to take a nice little hard green candle up here. And same thing with ETH. Razorback wants to look at LA. What's LA coin? LA USDT? La. Here we go. At least it's on MEXC here. No, it's not. Sheesh. So we have a very special member inside of the Coliseum, a very special member, and he is the shitcoin king. This guy's got a system here where he puts in, I don't know what he puts in, 50, couple $100, dude, on almost every single one of them. But these percentages that he claps are like 300%, risking hardly really anything. And he just plays these things, man. One little squirt from here to here is 80%. But when you're playing with 20x leverage, it's a monster. Yeah, this is a shitcoin. I've had a couple of those. Which ones were I playing on? I forgot the name of the ones that I was playing on. Chainlink. This is another one, guys. This thing's getting ready to go ballistic. Next stop for Chainlink, guys, is going to be right up here at the top of this range at 16 and then 17 bucks. Chainlink absolutely looks like she's ready to rip as well. Again, the only way that our plans right now for some of these set and forgets is if Bitcoin falls back down, and that possibility of Bitcoin being in a very large range. Fuck. This is a MEXC chart, dude. This fucking candle right here to zero is just insane to me. Insane to me that this candle is just glitched out. Let's go here back to BTC and let's go here. Again, the only way that your hopes and dreams here, guys, for some of this is if Bitcoin is in fact inside of this range right here. To here. If Bitcoin does not break out, if Bitcoin does come back down to 100K, and anybody, guys, that could easily happen. The last time it happened was literally all we did was get a tweet from Elon and Trump. So again, if this does happen, then you guys need to be prepared to take that long on Ethereum down here again. Boom. And I think then we're sitting really pretty coming back up here. Sitting on DOT. Again, probably $4 for a DOT. XRP, it's going to be right down here at 212s. A lot of million different ideas to get prepared. All right, guys, I'm going to have to jump off. I'm going to be inside of the Coliseum. Oh, you also want to look at OP real quick? I got OP. We had the OP trades at 30 cents. We had the OP trades at 30 cents, man. Was it 30? No, it wasn't. It was all the way down here at 58 cents. So originally when we were trading this back in November, December, guys, it had a good trend line here. It was bouncing off of this, bouncing off. We had a nice big run up to 275. We broke down off of that. Looks like we got a triple bottom here. It's just bottoming out, and OP is stuck also inside of this sideways range. So OP comes anywhere down towards 65 cents. 65 cents, I would say. I wouldn't say that we're coming all the way back down to the bottom of 58 cents, but if you do, you're sitting really pretty for the run, if there is one. If there is one. Let's go in a little bit closer real quick here, though. Yeah, there you go, 62 cents. 62 cents if it does pull back pretty hard. Yeah, almost all of these coins are ready to rock and roll. Render loves $7. Render. I have a lot of these saved, but I haven't been trading any of this stuff, guys. Tau is just actually Aave. Aave's bullish as shit. Aave's a killer coin. Look at this. Aave's ready to go, man. Aave's already doing the breakout. Man, probability states. This is so what's going to end up happening to Ethereum and Polkadot and all of these. All right, guys, I'm going to take this phone call, get everything squared away with our new exchange, so that way we can port over. Again, guys, they're doing something very, very special for the Cranksters Coliseum. We were able to prove to them that we were able to pop off $50 million worth of trading volume, not including my volume, which is well over 200 million. We are going to go together. We're going to kill this new exchange. You guys are getting top tier fees on a big boy exchange. You guys are starting off on tier 4s across the board, just like your boy Crypto Crank here. And we're going to get in and we're going to absolutely kill this. We're ready to go. We're going to be doing the campaign. And our campaign is a 1-to-1 match up to $100,000. You put 50 grand on, you're going to be able to trade with 100 G's. You put 100 grand on, you're going to be able to trade with 100 G's. And remember, it's a bonus. So the losses go against your initial margin, but all the profits go to us. So I think I'm going to be maxing out that plan, and I'll be doing it with you guys. You guys have a good day. I'm going to be, again, live inside of the Coliseum with the premium. If you are new, please like and sub. And then also, you guys can also get inside of the Cranksters Open Chat, which is the Cranksters Lounge. And I might be live again tonight, and we'll just do some scalp and chills like we were doing last night. Last night, guys, if you did end up taking that trade, it was a $1,000 trade. It was a nasty trade, just real peaceful. But we're doing this every single day inside of the Coliseum. You guys have a good day.